Ooh, I gotta get in touch with my agent and get me some of that Blade money, man. I don't make more than the average actor, man. So what's your secret? Real estate? Psh, everyone's got real estate. I got real estate. You don't get that type of money with just real estate. Maybe you're just not looking in the right places. Right places? Alright. I'm out of here, man. Hey. Eddie Ray Khan? My money guy. He handles it all. What's so special about an accountant, man? I got a $4 million refund. Refund? That's how good my guy is. Give him a call and they'll never take a cent of your money again. Wesley, is any of this legal? Eddie knows how to work the system, man. I don't know about this, Wes. Hey, don't worry about it. Nothing's gonna happen. Mr. Kugler, you are learning! I feel like a film school teacher and I haven't even gone to film school. You've learned from your prior mistakes and you fixed them. But not all of them, Ryan. This movie isn't perfect. This movie is getting critical acclaim up the wazoo, so making this a CINEMUHHH episode doesn't make any sense because I'll just be saying what everyone else is saying. And then making this a CINEMUHHH episode doesn't make much sense because everyone's been calling this movie overrated. I can't go against the grain if the grain's looking like this! Wait, so you're a phony? Mark, hold on a second. You'll answer my phone calls again? Still not talking to you, bud. You don't like Spy Next Door? No, I love that movie. You had to have liked First Man then. Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters. Stop! Ryan Coogler, you broke the channel. It was all fine and dandy until Black Panther came along. I'm not a critic. I'm not. I'm a joke. I don't know the first thing about movies. But I'll be damned if Black Panther is the one that breaks me. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say, the wrecking balls inside my brain, you'll scream them loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is Black Panther. T'Challa is the next in line to the throne of Wakanda after the untimely death of his father. The movie starts okay. We find out Wakanda is basically Switzerland on crack. They're hella strong, but they mind their own business. It's a beautifully animated scene that feels like it just doesn't need to be there. I found out this scene was added in because some test audiences don't understand why Wakanda is so strong, yet they don't help people out. You have scenes where Nakia is all like, we have to save these people, and then T'Challa is all like, hold on a second, pal. And then there are scenes where Andy Serkis is just abusing vibranium. And I'm all for excess. Just go ahead and sprinkle that excess in. But when I see other special effects being not quite up to snuff, such as the infamous PS2 train scene, I think to myself, wow, they added this in when they could have fixed whatever was happening here? It's a Marvel movie, right? You expect the CGI work to be consistently great, but there are times when it just isn't. 1992 in Oakland is a great way to start the film. It's kids playing basketball, but oh my gosh, it's so wonder. Getting some of that Mr. Coogler flair that we saw in Creed. Yeah, I know it's 5 seconds, but I've rewatched the scene 5 times to see where Mr. Coogler could have cut. And then it segues into Sterling K. Brown's scene, and he always delivers. It's a really intense scene that starts off with them planning this heist, and they hear someone at the door. There's some nice comedic elements, just seeing Zuri's reactions to these Wakandans. And then the intensity picks back up when we see 2 betrayals in the span of 30 seconds. This was great. The next scene, not so much. T'Challa goes on a rescue mission, and then the first big action sequence happens. Black Panther goes on this one-man tear, using the lack of visibility at night and the jungle to his advantage. And I was super excited to see this type of action on the big screen, because the last time we saw a superhero sneak in and out of battle to defeat his enemies was in the Dark Knight trilogy. I remember watching this scene in theaters and saying, I can't see a damn thing. Maybe that's what Ryan was trying to go for, to make you really feel like you're right there in the midst of battle, So if the militia lacks visibility, the audience will lack visibility too. But come on, I want to see some of the cool things that the Black Panther is doing. That's what I paid the price of admission for.
This one's just a boy. He got kidnapped as well.
Damn. The best things about this film is how big of an influence African culture had on many aspects of the film. Like, whoa. They're talking about child soldiers, a serious problem that Africa has been dealing with, in a Disney movie? I don't know how you got that one past the higher-ups, Mr. Kugler, but it's a good thing to raise awareness to the issue. And one of the best aspects of the movie is the vibrant and colorful costume design, taking inspirations, and I apologize in advance for my pronunciation, from the Dahomey Amazons, the Zulu flared hats, and the Agbada robes, and again, I apologize for my pronunciation. Then soon after, we're introduced to T'Challa's sister, Shuri. And the way she's written is cringy.
What are those? Guess what I call them? Sneakers.
Alright. That was funny. She's written to be the cool and hip character that all of us millennials can relate to.
This corset is really uncomfortable. So could we all just wrap it up and go home?
I mean, who can relate? Woo! Then the movie takes us to Korea. And let me just pause right here to say that the production design of this movie is spectacular. There are many great set pieces, such as the battle arena, the throne room, the place where the flowers are, and then the streets of Korea, which is just perfect. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Not a casino. Not another casino. Disney, are you trying to get kids hooked on gambling? This is the second movie where a scene takes place in a casino. Stop it with the casinos, Disney. Ryan, this is like amateur hour here. Yeah, you know where this big sting operation is gonna occur? You know where this big weapons deal is gonna occur? It's gonna occur in a casino. You're in Korea. Have this take place in a karaoke bar or something. Have Claw sing a Korean song which perfectly fits his zany nature before the deal goes down. And then when everything turns for the worse and they start fighting, have The Weeknd make a cameo and start singing Pray For Me. But not a casino. Please. No mas. No mas. Well, this movie gives us 3 villains. And none of them quite hit the mark. So our first villain is Mbaku, and the nicest way to describe him is he's a savage. He's the leader of the Jabari tribe. The living conditions compared to the rest of Wakanda is like Ghostbusters versus Ghostbusters. One is 10 times better than the other. One is a wintry tundra, while the other is all sunshine. And then they have this war chant that strikes fear into everyone. Then while they're battling, he mocks T'Challa for being a weak king, just making him more badass.
Just a boy, not fit to lead.
And then this happens. Maybe we'll get to see more of you in the sequel, but I don't know how that's possible when you become partner in arms at the end of the movie. Then the second villain is Claw, who's in the movie for 3 seconds. And let me tell you, each second he's in the movie, it is great because Andy Serkis does an amazing job with the character. But they did his character so dirty. They basically put Claw in the movie to make Killmonger look stronger. Which is another new Disney trend, to have the main villain defeat his boss to look strong. And lastly, we have Killmonger, who has an amazing backstory. His father was murdered by T'Chaka and is left behind in Oakland, fatherless. He grows up to be this killing machine. Each scar on his body represents a person he's killed. So T'Challa is fighting Killmonger to fix the mistakes his father made, which is kind of poetic in a sense. It raises the thought-provoking question of who is the true bad guy? The Wakandans cozied up in their dome while the rest of the world suffers, or the one man who's trying to help his people fight back the oppression they face? The problem with Killmonger is his rise to power just comes way too fast. He does very little in the first half of the movie, kills Claw, and then becomes king. The movie tries to make up for this by having Killmonger monologue all the things he's done.
I killed in America, Afghanistan, Iraq, just so I could kill you.
He's an expositional badass, and a backstory can only take you so far. But why couldn't they film Killmonger actually killing people? The only people he kills in this movie is Claw and the girl before his battle with T'Challa. That's only 2 scars. There's like at least 10 on his body. Show me the other 8 kills. And the other issue with Killmonger is Michael B. Jordan himself. This is a very weak performance from him. His delivery is stiff. It seems as if he doesn't really have a grasp on the character. And that really hurts to say because I loved Creed.
Hey, you are a phony.
Shut up, Mark. Now, this is an issue that Marvel movies have had since the beginning of the cinematic universe. They struggle to make memorable villains, such as their mishandling of the Red Skull. But they always deliver on the main character's arc. But suffice it to say, Black Panther didn't. I shouldn't be comparing this to other films, but his arc of wanting to get revenge for his father's death in Civil War was more interesting than him wanting to live up to his father in this movie. At least with the Sooner, it's a little less predictable because if you go down the revenge storyline, it ends in two ways. He gets revenge, or he doesn't get revenge. But in Black Panther, there's only one way this movie ends.
T'Challa finds it in himself that not only can he live up to his father, but he will surpass him and become an even better leader than his father ever was.
I think we've seen this character arc before by Disney, but that comparison has been beat to death that it's not even worth mentioning. So Black Panther, it's a nice looking movie. It has some good action sequences beside the jungle fumble, so good on you, Mr. Coogler. But Ryan, the script is whack. Yeah, you got some cool villains that you do nothing with, and T'Challa doesn't have anything interesting to do either. It's just really disappointing to see that Black Panther, an average superhero movie, is the first one to get nominated for Best Picture. When you have great movies. Great movies. Such as Justice League coming out the year prior, what the hell? You're going to jail, Mr. Snipes. Hold on a second. I don't really understand why you guys are sending me to jail. Are you out of your damn mind? Peter. Sorry. Big fan, Mr. Snipes. You didn't pay your taxes, Mr. Snipes. What's so hard to understand? Yeah, I get that, but I can make a few movies and pay back what I owe just like that. Blade's over, pal. Yeah, I know. But y'all ever heard of Black Panther? A movie about the Black Panther Party isn't gonna sell any tickets. First off, yes it will. And secondly, not that Black Panther. Oh my gosh! What's Black Panther? What's Black Panther? Only the coolest superhero ever! I knew we shouldn't have brought Peter. Yeah, Peter. If I go to jail, you'll never see Black Panther. Ever. Wait, stop! We can't just let him slide because he's some celebrity! It's just taxes, man. Just taxes? I get paid $60,000 a year. And they take $20,000 of that just because you get paid more in one day than I ever will. Yet you still find the need to lie. For what? Some pocket change? Some rainy day money? I want to be happy seeing it all get taken away from you. Peter? Arrest this man. Think about Black Panther, Peter. I'm sorry, Mr. Snipes. I have to do this. Making a mistake, Peter. You're never gonna see Black Panther on the big screen ever. Never!